Well, coming from a larger community, it means a lot in the means of not having to travel 45 miles or 20 miles the other way, and having people that you kind of know, that you're familiar with, makes it a little bit easier and better, especially in the middle of the night when your kid can't breathe. You can come here, either make an appointment or whatever, and your wait is minimal. If you do need further care, like specialized care, they will refer you out. And then of course, we'll follow up on that, but to guarantee that you get there, that's going to be up to the patient. But if we had that kind of, access here, it would be so much easier for them to do that, especially for the elderly. We don't have the specialists here that want to come because they don't have the patience to come down. It's not really worth their while, from what I understand. But I think that if we had some sort of specialization or specialist come in to assess these patients, once the problem was identified, I think it would be great, because a lot of people don't like driving 45 miles, to San Angelo. I mean, I'm from there and I don't like driving over there. I mean, it's bad enough that we have to go once a month, to get decent groceries at a decent price, and it's a hindrance. Challenges, I think, are identifying the types of problems that you might have that are associated with things that you don't know about, knowing that you have a problem, and then making that appointment with the doctor to see what we need to do now, and then the follow-up, either going to specialized care or what do I need to do, what kind of changes in my life do I need to do to make my situation better, and then obviously, the aftercare once that does go into play. I've been here for about a year, and that's one of my huge issues that I have, is people just don't know. They don't know some of their symptoms. They don't know what options they have. They don't know how to identify the things that are going wrong with them. They just put a Band-Aid on it or take a Tylenol, and it's so much more than that. And how to talk to your kids about things, especially, early stages of puberty, and talking about sex, and talking about, things that are happening in your body and the changes and why this is happening, and just getting the education out there to make them more aware of themselves and how you're supposed to be feeling. Yes, because if you wait on them, they'll never come. You have to make people aware of what you can do for them. And it takes time out of our busy schedule. And I do a lot of volunteer work here in the town as well, which gives us prime opportunity to get that message out. But, a few people can't do it all the time. So it has to be, someone coming out from the outside, coming in and just focusing on that. And you have to do the one-on-one. Just putting a poster up does not always get the word out. Putting an ad in the paper does not 100% get the word out, because I don't even read the newspaper. We don't have like a city website or a city council, website to where we can go for information. A lot of people don't have access to the web, They just don't have access to things like that, or never leave their home. So I think that one-on-one visit, whether it's at church, or family gatherings, or just going door to door, or maybe just through the regular mail service, and really giving that attention to those people, especially elderly folks that don't know that things are available here. It's very important. Flexibility is a must. When I was interviewed for the position here in the pharmacy, I thought it was just pharmacy, and he said, you will wear many hats. Well, I had no idea what many hats meant. Sometimes, because we have a nursing staff that nurses the inpatient hospital, and we have them, if an ER comes in, well, of course they have to go tend to the ER. And so sometimes I'll be pulled out of pharmacy either to, write on the board the vitals, record things, give CPR, or sit at the nurse's station and answer the telephone, whether it's for AirMed or for a transfer. We had an instance where in Central Supply, we actually lost an employee, and there really wasn't anybody else that knew how to do the job. And I had been working closely with him just to familiarize myself with the products and supplies and what is this used for. And so I was chosen to take over that position as well. So now I run 2 departments. I also do some of the auditing, the billing, to make sure that all of the drugs that were used are documented on, the charges. And so, yeah, there's a lot of things that we have to do to pull together to make sure everything works perfectly. Yes. Yeah. Definitely more rewarding than working, I believe, in a larger setting. I've worked retail, and it was never personal. You can never get personal, really get to know anybody and really get down to the root of what's going on. Not that you could ever diagnose anything or anything like that, but that one-on-one, personal attention is, you have to have it. You have to have it, because that's where you gain your trust, and that's how you know those people will come back to you instead of going elsewhere, and trying to find help elsewhere. And then it just goes around and around. But, to make sure that you get what you need, that person really has to spend a lot of time with you, and this is the perfect place for it. Perfect.